I saw a great post on LinkedIn the other day asking product leaders if they're actually tracking outcomes or if it's just something we say we're doing. Every book talks about tracking outcomes, but it's impossibly hard to do. And we're talking to companies every day and not really seeing it happen. So I was really interested in these results. And many people voted on the survey. And what we saw didn't surprise me much. We saw 70% of the responses said that we loosely connect our work to metrics, but have no way to actually measure them. So we're going out, we're talking about how this work is going to impact a metric. We're not actually measuring it. We're just kind of saying it. And we don't really know if the leaders even understand that. It's just us kind of checking a box. 10% said they're actually measuring outcomes. So we're projecting it, we're measuring it, we're improving based on it. Pretty impressive to hear that. But only 10% are doing this. And I really wonder if they are too. And then 20% said, we're just staying clear of outcomes altogether. We're overwhelmed with work. We're in lots of meetings. We're focused on delivery and execution. We can't control the outcomes. And I was very surprised. It's 2025. We're 20 years into this modernization of product management, and it's all about outcomes. So it's amazing seeing that over 20% of the people said they're just avoiding this completely. In our own work with clients, we've probably talked to 500, 600 product leaders over the last year, and I'm seeing similar results, especially with the clients we're actively working with. We'll request the top 5 products or projects they're focused on, and we often see that we're looking for the why behind their work, but it's often just the details of the project, solution details, maybe a light touch on the outcomes it's going to drive in a single paragraph, but then we'll see a list of 100 epics and user stories. We just dive into the planning of the work. And I get it. It's complex. Technology is hard. You're working with engineers. We're doing architecture diagrams. That's where we get really comfortable in product. And it's like we don't do that deep thinking about the business architecture. But what's really interesting is the only reason we have jobs, the only reason we're working here is to drive revenue or reduce costs and to grow our business. And it's like we just skip that part. We're just building a lot of stuff. I remember building 50 projects a year and feeling really proud of myself, but I had no idea what the impact actually was. So we really need to make sure we're driving outcomes. And I'll often talk to the folks in program management, sales, marketing. They'll say they never really talk to product at all. They don't understand the user stories. So we're speaking in a completely different language when we're talking epics and user stories and planning. And that's great for the engineers to build things, but it makes no sense for the business, the part that actually matters. So I'm really wondering with you, when you're building and delivering a product, how are you measuring results? Are you projecting them? Are you measuring them? Are you thinking about lagging indicators like revenue and EBITDA and what the private equity firms and your C-suite's talking about? Are you thinking about the leading indicators like engagement, activation, onboarding rate, time to value, sales conversion, even competitive win rate? Are you thinking about these things? Reduction in support tickets. I'd love to hear about how you're thinking about driving outcomes, if it's something you're doing, just to really follow up on that survey we saw. It hit me. Thanks so much.